digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire.
Hi guys, just let me check if my mic is normal. No, it's not. Is it? No, it's fine. Hi guys, and welcome to THFC Till I Die. Hunt Tottenham past, present, and the exciting future on the Thomas Frankfurt's Tottenham Hotspur tonight. Not just beat, but humiliated Copenhagen in a 4-0 win at home in the Champions League. The senders up to 7th in the Champions League table. And yes, I know, guys. I know what you're going to say. I can already hear it now through the YouTube wires that it was only Copenhagen. It was not a great team, but wins spark confidence. Wins spark, performances, and it keeps going on to the next game. So for me, a morale boosting win for me. A morale boosting win for me as well. I'm absolutely over the moon with that, considering what we had to watch on Saturday. I know we're saying it's only Copenhagen, but I think you've got to beat what's in front of you. And a 4-0 win should have been 5-0 if Richarlison was less greedy and more giving it to young Dean Scarlett to score in his Champions League debut. But joining me, of course, is the man that holds no introduction the world over. He's managed great clubs such as Southampton, went up to the lonely little team called Rangers, and he's now looking for a job. Is he about to join THFC till we die? Who knows? You're not expecting Russell Martin, are you? But you're not going to get Tequila.
You know, he's my pick. He's my pick for manager. When we get tired of Frank, bless us, it's Martin or bust for me, Dem. I'm calling it now. Whenever Frank goes, be it 2 months, 6 months, 2 years, Martin. I don't know where Martin's going to be at that point. Probably unemployed, but he would be my choice. Just getting that.
There's actually talk he might be going back to Southampton. Actually,
he did okay, in Southampton, but the comedy gold for me in Rangers, though.
Comedy gold is true, but Tequila tonight, good result, 4-0. A brilliant
Yes.
goal from Mickey van der Ven. I don't know if it's better than the Sonny goal. I think we really do have to debate that. But
I said it in the chat, Dermo. It's not better than the Ginola goal versus Barnsley, in my opinion. Now that's the goal
yeah,
that's the goal that made me a Spurs fan. So I'm going to be a bit biased.
did you know, is it as good as Ricky Vilia's goal in 1981, which was near like the Ginola goal, really, wasn't it? If you look at the two goals, they're near the same, right?
I think what it was. I think with Ginola and Villa, it was skill. I think
Yeah.
with Van der Ven, I'm not saying there's no skill. So before, I'm not saying there wasn't any skill, but it was pure power and pace with Mickey van der Ven. With
Do you
Ginola
think,
and Villa, it was a little bit more skillful. But
yeah,
all
do you think
great.
that
Why are we arguing? They're all amazing goals. Okay.
they're all amazing goals? Look, do you think that actually proves to people Mickey van der Ven can still do because of his hamstrings? Do you think that sort of closed that debate now?
What was the debate that he couldn't? What? Tell me what the debate was, Dermo. What
Well,
what
there
were
was a
people
lot
saying?
a lot of people were saying that he couldn't run because of his hamstrings. He's had to change his running style. That goal tonight, it was like remember the one he set up last season or the season before when he run the length of the pitch and did the same thing. But do you think that blows the myth out the water that he can't do these runs again? He's just proved tonight he can.
Well,
So
I'll be honest. I never thought that he'd actually lost that. I think the only
yeah,
concern is that he's not doing it as much. Under just to mate. Under him, he was doing it. He was having to make recovery tackles every match several times.
yeah.
He's not having to do that with how we're playing under Frank. So less often, Dermo. But yes, it proves that he's still got it in him. He just doesn't have to do it multiple times a match to save it.
Carl's gone into a dark room and decided to get some tissues and watch the Van der Ven goal about 30.
Oh, he's trousers around his ankles, aren't you, Carl? That's enough I'll say about that. But.
Yeah, enough we're going to say that. But guys, what a night though, 4-0. I mean, look, I know what you said in the chat before the end of the watch long was true, Tequila. It is only Copenhagen, but if you're looking for a morale boosting performance from Saturday to pay back the fans tonight to say we're sorry. You know, tonight's the night, isn't it? We've seen that, haven't we? I think they've sent their apologies to the fans.
Yeah, and you can enjoy it. And I'm not saying we should enjoy it. You know, I don't think there's going to be that many this season. So when you do get one, I think we need to enjoy it. But it's not lost upon me, Dermo, that our two most impressive home victories this season have been against Burnley and Copenhagen. They're not exactly top tier. That's all I'm saying. But
no, I agree.
Let's enjoy it for what it is. Let me ask you this, Dermo. I would know the answer, I think, but you would rather have had that performance tonight against Chelsea and played worse tonight. That's what I would have preferred as well, right? I think you can agree with me. Even though you can say that. What do you think was the bigger game then for the Premiership? Because it is only 3 points out of a long Premiership season, or winning tonight. What would you have taken if you could only choose to win one of those two games? I'm going to assume the Chelsea win.
Yeah, Chelsea. Yeah, I think any Tottenham fan would be that, but I think tonight's is important as well because we're up to 7th in the Champions League table now. So that means we pre-qualify for the round of 16. I think that's important as well, Tequila, because if you look to January, I was saying if we're in the semi-final of the League Cup, but that ain't going to happen. You've got an FA Cup in there, and you've got playoffs getting to the round 16. Would you rather go in? Would you rather fight and get in automatically? I think we would. Thomas Frank tonight, do you think he's justified tonight himself a little bit? Is he? I thought tonight he was justified a little bit with his team selection and the way they played Tequila. They're very high up, very high line. I know you can't do that against Manchester United or other teams like that, but do you think we're starting to see his type of football, attacking football, coming through a bit more? Because I think we did tonight, and I just think Thomas Frank will get there, but he needs backing, doesn't he? He needs the right players. And Brennan Johnson, he got a great goal, Tequila, but he did let him down with a stupid tackle.
It's quite funny to me, and maybe it's just my sense of humour. But I do find if people go to the pantomime and they've got these things called pantomime villains, what two players out of all our squad would you think would be pantomime villains? tonight? Brendan Johnson and Richarlison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brendan Johnson,
Yeah.
of course, gets his goal
Got
and then
shite.
gets sent off because he's an idiot. And then Richarlison, I think the ego. If you needed to know about a person's personality, that is pure ego. What Richarlison did.
Yeah.
No way should he have taken
Yeah,
that
it
penalty,
was.
Dermo. No way he should have taken that penalty.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
No, I agree.
then he can't even score with it. So the two pantomime villains, once again, are just that. They've proved themselves to be idiotic. And the sooner we get rid of those two players, in my opinion, and replace them with better players, of which there's many, the better.
But he scored a good goal. He did score a good goal, didn't he? Though I mean, the goal, it wasn't a tap in, by the way. That took a bit of skill to get it in there. But I agree.
It was a good goal, but I will also question. I thought their keeper was poor.
Their keeper was a bit of a head case.
I called him eccentric. Do you know what? He reminds me a little bit of our mate. You remember when Gomez, Aurelio Gomez? It reminded me a bit of Gomez. Yeah. He looked a bit like him as well.
Do you remember Bruce Grobbler back in the day?
I do. Yeah, I remember.
A bit like him, really, because he was a bit eccentric as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Look, I agree. Brennan, I think at the end he should have given that to Dean Scarlett and let him get his first goal on his debut in the Champions League. I thought it's selfish of him, to be fair. And we all said it in the chat, he's going to miss this because he hasn't got any confidence, Tequila.
He's desperate. He's desperate. Yeah. There was a chance he had earlier on, just after he came on, because I was obviously watching the game, but obviously I was listening to you as well, so I didn't have the commentary on. I had you guys on, and I can't remember the exact chance off the top of my head, but all I remember turning back because I had your screen on, turning back to the football match, and all I saw him was slapping the ground like a little baby, and I made the comment in the chat like, I'll go get his rattle for him. That man reeks of such desperation.
Yeah,
I almost feel sorry for if he wasn't getting paid the money he's getting paid, which I can't feel sorry for. I wish I had a third of what he has. Right, I can't feel that sorry for him, but he must be so insecure. Is the word I'm looking for. He must be such an insecure person, and I don't know why someone who's got the world at his feet like that man has, and all the stuff he's got. And I know he's got mental health history. Yes, so do I. So does Dermot. We all have issues. So I feel for him on a human level to a certain degree. But that man is so desperate, Dermo. It's never going to happen for him at Spurs. It won't. It's gone too far now. He needs a complete. I don't know where he goes, but he needs a complete change of scenery and needs to start completely again and try to deal with whatever's going on in his head, because he's gotten to the point where he's just so desperate now. He can't even score a penalty, dude. With all due respect, he hasn't got the focus. The focus is not there for him.
No, it's not. And look, Dean Scarlett, for me, I thought he played well when he came on. Look, and me and Rayman have had these arguments before that I think Dean Scarlett won't make it at Spurs. Tonight's performance he put in maybe made me eat my words a little bit, because if you look at him and you look at Richarlison, Tequila, he put in a better shift than Richarlison, by the way. Mm-hmm. There is calls in our chat at the end of the game that I think Richarlison should be replaced with Scarlett more times. I think he should be. But look, I don't want to talk a bit about Richarlison because he's a muppet. And look, I'm sorry, the sooner he's gone, the better. Brendan Johnson, I think great first half. I thought he played well the first half. Look, I thought the red card, Tequila, was harsh. I rarely did. I thought it was harsh. I thought it was momentum that brought him into that tackle, Tequila.
Also, the referee did not give him a second yellow. That was a straight red, by the way. It was not a second yellow. It was a straight red. So that tells you that I saw it. I did think it was bad. Was it a straight red bad? I don't know, but it probably was a yellow, so he should have gone anyway. But the ref turned it into a straight red. So.
Yeah, and the VAR is slightly different in Europe than it is in the Premier League. So, but look, he's banned for the PSG game. I don't think that's a bad thing, to be fair.
Yeah. Yes,
I don't think it's a bad thing.
I agree with Carl. Studs up. Yeah, he should. Yeah, that's what I mean. He I'm not being. Dermo mentioned it in James Madison's little mini documentary. I don't think he's the smartest tool in the shed. Is Brendan Johnson?
I like how you just described him as. That's funny.
He's not, is he? So I mean, hey, mate, look, you're doing better than me in life. I wish I had your money and your fame. So I'm not. You know, you're doing much better than I am, mate. But doesn't mean I don't think he's a very smart chap. Bless him.
No,
Let's put it that way.
no. I mean, look, let's talk. Look, let's put it all into perspective. Tonight's a good win. We're seventh in the Champions League, unbeaten still in the Champions League, by the way. We're sixth in the Premier League. A win on Saturday against Manchester United takes us up to second, I think, in the Premier League before every other people play. Yes, we've had upsets. Yes, we had Chelsea the defeat. We had the Newcastle defeat. We've had Bournemouth defeat.
Monaco,
Monaco as well.
You were very upset with Monaco.
Yeah,
I was.
Were you right? I think were you going along of the way of Monaco that it was a bad performance, but if you look at it in the long run, is that the point that gets us into automatic qualification? Do you know what I mean? I mean,
yeah, I think results wise,
Yeah.
I think Frank's doing fine. It's the
Yeah.
performances that I think
Yeah,
mostly are criticised.
I
And you look at his points total; it's pretty good. I'm not going to say it's amazing; it's pretty good. And as you said, we're undefeated in the Champions League. I think we were. I don't think we could honestly have gone to Newcastle and expected to win that. We could have put up maybe a bit of a. I think we could have put up a bit of a better fight, but I don't think we expect. I think that was always a tough ask to get through that. I'm not saying we did not, but I'm not going to say, "Oh my God, you're dreadful" because we didn't go to Newcastle and get through the cup. I think that's a hard place to go, right? I don't think I'm going to judge him on that. But it's the performances. Tonight's performance was good, but you need to take it in context. It was a poor team, good performance, but we need to see that against, as I said at the start, Demo, you switch those two performances around. We would be much happier if he would have played that way, even if we wouldn't have won. But if he would have played that way against Chelsea, I think the fan base overall would be a lot more happier, giving Chelsea a proper game rather than whatever we saw on the weekend.
Yeah. So
just wish we could switch it around, mate.
I could and still get a win tonight, but not a convincing win, if you know what I mean. But I get what you're saying. I think it makes sense. Look, I think we do have to take an awful lot of credit tonight, Tequila, of the performances tonight. I think look at players like Xavi had a good game, actually. I know you were trolling me in the chat, which I did find funny, actually. I didn't get it the first bit. And
you thought I was like, oh, you've been so hard. I don't think you're even that hard on him. I think you're a little bit critical, but it wasn't that bad. I was just mucking around with you.
I did get it. I'm not the quickest to cop on. I do apologise, Tequila. I don't cop on quickly. So thank you for being patient with me, which you are.
I'll just say in case anyone, Dermo does not hate Xavi Simons. It's a joke. I know that he doesn't hate him. It was a joke. I know he doesn't. I'm just mucking around sometimes.
Yeah, we hate a few things, and me and Tequila are the same on the people that we hate. But Xavi's not one of them. Morani. He's turning in. A lot of people were saying in the chat, he's turning into a striker. That's another good performance by him, Tequila. He is putting the shifts in now.
I think that he has, with that performance tonight, I think he has already taken Richie's place. I'm not going to say that when Solanke comes back, I think he's probably got to do a bit more to take Solanke's place. Yeah. But I think that he's shown probably now that he's number 2. I don't personally think Dane Scarlett should even be at Spurs. I have nothing against the kid. I have nothing against the kid. I hope he has a good career. I've got nothing against him at all. I don't think he's required. He's got the ability to be at I don't think he's a Premiership player, in my opinion. No. We have to use him. We've got no option, so we need to use him. But I think in the long term, you've agreed with me, Dermo, in the past. I don't think he's a Premiership player.
No. What's his name? Is it Dean or what's? Am I getting it wrong?
Dane. When you think of the dog, think of a Great Dane, a dog. That's what I do, right?
In 101 dimensions. Dimension.
Great Dane Scarlett. Yeah. The Great Dane.
Carl,
that's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons, Dermo, I want him to score some goals. So the papers, you know what the papers are like over here. They'll do so many dog jokes, like the Great Dane is hit, and they'll never get a chance because they'll never score enough goals.
Carl says, I was fine until Dermo called him Dean Scarlett.
I know.
Look, I picked Van der Van as my man in the match tonight, Tequila. Who was your man in the match, bud?
I think it's probably got to be Van der Ven, because you're not going to see many goals like that, especially from a centre half. You know, it is one of the best goals, especially from a centre half I've ever seen. It will probably be goal of the season. I'll be shocked if it's not, to be honest.
Would it get
It'll
the
certainly,
Puskas award?
it could do. It will definitely be Spurs' goal. I know some people. Well, actually, there's been two, because Richarlison's goal. That would be the best thing he's ever done in his Spurs ship. By the way, Richarlison's goal against Burnley, of course, that will be up there as well. But we scored two real cracking goals, those two. So yeah.
Look, I just want to say thanks, everyone. Has the scoreboard, was it better for watching on tonight, Keeler? By the way, color wise.
Yeah, because it wasn't as distracting. When you had the Man City colours, it was harder to see. So yeah, much better.
Look, I just want to get actually from you, Tequila. You're watching, and maybe the guys. Does it give you all the information you need? You know, from the scoreboard, you got your stats and where they are. You know, we understand we live in a digital world now, don't we? So, I mean, as for watch-alongs, do you think like for you watching, were you getting all the information you needed?
Yeah, you can see all the information. It's a personal preference thing. I thought it was already okay, but you wanted to make the change, so it doesn't matter what I think, really. I mean, I'm a part of the channel, so. But Cole likes it. I care. I don't really care what I think. I care more about what the people who support us and who watch the show and tune in. Yeah. Well, I like the colours. I think this is much better than how you had it before. I guess I just I'm old fashioned, I guess, dude.
Yeah. Look, let's talk about the goals tonight. Brennan Johnson. Look, good goal. We won't really talk a lot about it. Great goal. What a pass, though, from Simmons, though, wasn't it? It was a cracking pass by Simmons over the top. As you said, the goalkeeper came out and we scored about it. Morani, the second goal. Me and James said he was the most unselfish player. He should have taken that himself.
He could just have.
Where's your view on that?
Yeah. I mean, I do think that it worked out this time, but would you have preferred it if he just would have volleyed it in? I think I would have, personally.
If that was me, I would have. He was there for a chance. He could have sort of passed it into the net. He could have taken it down and put it into an empty net. I think once he took it down, the angle's closed up.
Yes, yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I say if he just would have volleyed it in, just without letting it bounce, he just smacked it. I think he probably would. If he's a good enough striker, which I think he is, he should have probably had the shot technique to probably be able to do that. What do we want from our strikers? Do we want the Defoe who just who takes too many shots, but you know that he's got great shot technique, or do you want the more kind of team player? Sometimes I want the selfishness done. It's a difficult one. It worked out this time, but how would you have felt if, because you took the touch and the defender kind of got back, but he had just enough time to put the ball across? If he wouldn't have had enough time and the defender would have intercepted, we would have been, why didn't you follow it, mate? We would have been.
I know. Do you know what? I thought his overall performance was great tonight, Morani. Colo, sorry. I thought his performance was great tonight. For me, if that was me, I would have liked him. I said it in the watch along. I would have liked him to put it into the net, even tried to push it in. But as you said, once he took it down, he had to pass it because the angle was closed.
Yeah, he had to pass that.
Look, if I want a striker, you want a mix between Harry Kane and Jermaine Defoe. I think somebody like that.
Good luck with that, then. Who you gonna?
Yeah, I know. Then we went up the pitch again, sort of 60 seconds later, or a minute later. We went flying up the pitch. Romero was now up there in the box. Fuck me, what was he doing up there? I thought Ange had come back and took over Thomas Frank's body at one point. I know I said it in the watch along. I think you fell off your chair when I said that. Then you see him. He gets the ball. He passes it, and then you get Palunia belts it into the net. Crack and go from Palunia. But again, Tequila, you're down to 10 men. That's the player who you want to come on, don't you? To sit in front of that back four and protect it. But he took a cracking goal, didn't he?
Yeah, he seems to, considering that he's meant to be a defensive midfielder, he actually finds himself quite high up the pitch more often than not. This his second goal or his third goal, which is quite a lot. Most defensive midfielders, they're lucky if they get 2 or 3 a season, and he's already gotten. I think he's got 2. I could be wrong. He might even have 3 this season. He's definitely got 2. So maybe he gets forward more than you would expect, considering that what his role's meant to be. But Ange comes back. I thought Ange was managing the other team. To be honest, a little bit of word about the Copenhagen. Now we all know they don't come from the best league. Why do you think they capitulated? Because they did. They had a 5 or 10 minute just spell of just insanity from their point of view, and I can't really tell you why. They just were they just shell shocked. They were just shell shocked, and they just felt exactly they capitulated.
I think the Mickey van der Ven goal completely. They were what the fuck. What have we just witnessed? And he picked that ball up. Let's talk about it to kill it. He picked the ball up inside his own area. Where when Sonny scored probably about a good, not the middle of the pitch, but probably just under the inside the round half in the centre circle. So don't forget, Mickey's got to run further. But I mean, is it the greatest goal of all time? Is it the greatest Champions League goal of all time? I think at the foot, it's hard to know, but
not for me. I can buy that. Maybe it's one of the best goals from a centre half. It's certainly probably going to be goal of the season. I doubt anything's going to beat it.
Yeah,
and that could be goal of the season in multiple leagues. It'll probably be goal of the season in the Champions League as well. That won't surprise me either. Again, I don't think we even have to judge it. I mean, Son's goal was amazing. Gilner's goal was amazing. Obviously, Vicky Villa's goal was amazing. It's rare. It's just because of who it come from. If it would have been a forward player, we probably would have been like, well, there you go. But because it's meant to be our centre half who's just run more or less the entire lot on the pitch, and it was the power. It was Bale-ish. When I think of that run, I think of Gareth Bale, who. Do you remember when Bale used to run at full speed?
Yes.
And he was the power he had. The power that Bale had when he ran at people scared the death out of him. That reminded me tonight of when Mickey van der Ven did that run.
So a bit like AC Milan when he got them 2 goals in AC Milan.
It was Bale-ish. Yeah, it was very much like Gareth Bale. Yeah.
Definitely. We are 7th on 7 points. We're on 7 points, but we're still the same points as Man City and Sporting, but we're only we're 2 points behind Liverpool, Real Madrid, and Inter Milan and PSG. Bayern Munich and Arsenal top the league. How important is it, Tequila? And this last question, we're going to end up the watch long because I've got to go and have my dinner. How important is it? I know you said last night we're going to lose 4-0 to PSG. Has tonight's performance changed your mind? And do you think missing Brendan Johnson might have Thomas Frank change his tactics a little bit for that game? I want to say big up to Brenny as well. Big up to Brenny. Good win tonight for you boys. 3-0 away to Slavia Prague. So good result for you guys tonight. Look, PSG, let's look ahead. I know we've got Man City, but this is Champions League, so we're going to look at Champions League. Do you think Brendan Johnson I'm going to say, is his sending off a blessing in disguise?
I think as a player, yes. But if you wanted to kind of get a smash and grab, as they call it, so if you wanted to just somehow go to PSG and somehow nick a goal and then defend the rest of the match, which I could easily see, then probably Brendan Johnson is a good chance that he will be the one who will nick the goal. He'll do nothing else in the match, as you know, but nicking the goal is what he does. So from that aspect, you never know. But we're going to have to be immensely. Our defensive game against PSG is going to have to be so on point, like literally no mistakes. Because if you make a mistake with their forward line and their attacking players, they're going to punish us. So we need to be so strong defensively. So I care more about making sure all our defense are all fit and ready to go. And it looks like, touch on wood, that both Romero, Van der Ven are going to be able to start. Slightly concerned about Porro. We know he's not the best defensively. And I'm wondering, Dermo, I said we needed another fullback, but we haven't got one. Do you play Spence on the right for that game and Odoggy on the left? Because Spence is a bit better defensively.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Porro
I
won't
don't
like
know.
it. I'm sure he won't
No.
like it. But Spencer's a better defender, just a defender
Yeah.
than Porro is.
And Carl's right in the chat. PSG are not unbeatable either, by the way.
No, of
So
course they're not.
I
No
agree with
team's
that.
unbeatable. No team's unbeatable.
Well, guys, that is it. That's your match reaction. You've got happy Spurs fans. Me and Tequila are happy little campers tonight. Yeah, more tomorrow because 2:00 you've got your player ratings tomorrow at 2, and then 8:00 tomorrow night is final score where we talk over the match stats. We've got a special guest in Harry Scarf coming on. A young lad has done. I've had a few. Sorry, I had a few streams on We Are Tottenham TV with a lovely young lad. So please join us tomorrow night, 8. Thursday, I might have a night off on Thursday. I might do something on Double Dom Gaming. But Tequila, where can people find you, sir?
Obviously, you guys can find me on here and on the Play Pouch. We've got a Southport game coming out in a couple of weeks. Not coming out, but we're going to be covering it. It's not a new game. So yeah, please join us for that. That's going to be a lot of fun if I don't get the channel thrown off by all the swearing and rude words that are going to be on that stream.
Just do it over 18 and you'll be fine.
I'm going to have to, yeah.
It's gonna
have to be late at night. Yeah, it's going to have to be like past 10 as well. So
yeah. And I think also you will know very quickly if YouTube likes it or not, because you'll know you'll be talking to yourself.
Pretty much.
But
yeah,
guys,
join us for that. Cheers. How did you? And Dermo's got his plug your football manager you got coming up soon, haven't you?
Yeah, we've got Double Dom Gaming. I did my first video today. The rest of the stream went all right for the first 3 minutes of it. Well, I didn't plug my mic in, but the rest of it went all right. But yeah, we've got Double Dom Gaming. We've got FM26 going on there. We've got Formula One. We've got Formula One. We've got FC26 as well, and we've got. I may start a Batman Arkham Asylum playthrough. So watch for that. People have been asking for it. I don't like playing Arkham Asylum, but do you know what? The people that have asked for it, you will get it. So join us over on Dom Gaming if you can, on YouTube and on Switch as well. But guys, the mighty Spurs have gone marching home. We've marched to a 4-0 victory over Copenhagen. Let's carry on. Thomas Frank is the man. But in the world, I let you do your little bit, Tequila, but this is how I think this is how we should end streams now. So do your little bit how you normally would end streams.
It's just the way I'm, mate. Take care now, mate. Spursy, mate. Brandon, mate.
In a world full of cities, Uniteds, and Rovers, there's only one Hotspur, the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. Come on, you Spurs, in Big Thomas Frank, we trust. Come on.